Ladies, gentlemen, and those who defy every label and thrive in the shadows welcome. How deliciously tragic it is to stand here before you, beating hearts bound by invisible chains, restless minds tethered by fear. Look at you. Marvelous, fragile. But don't flinch, not yet. Stay. Listen. Because tonight I'm going to give you something you've always sensed but never dared to whisper. Brace yourself. Here it is, they need you more than you'll ever need them. Let that sink in. Let it crawl through your thoughts like wildfire. Does it burn? Good. Truth isn't supposed to be gentle. You've spent your life dancing to their tune, begging for approval, scraping for love, surrendering pieces of yourself to fit their mold. They told you to be smaller, quieter, easier, and like a puppet you moved. Why? Because they tricked you into believing that without them, you're nothing. But now let's turn the mirror. Let's talk about them, the so-called giants. Those self-proclaimed rulers of importance. Their power is an illusion. Their thrones are built on your sacrifices. Their stars only shine because you polish them. They rise because you stoop. And oh, how they flourish, fueled by your energy, your dedication, your light. Without you, they'd collapse. Their entire existence is tethered to your compliance. But here's where I break from the crowd. I won't stroke your ego. I'm not here to comfort. I'm here to awaken. Because here's the truth: they fear you'll discover you don't need them. They need you. Without your loyalty, without your effort, without your light, they're shadows, ghosts, empty and desperate, and they know it. That's why they keep you begging. That's why their approval is always just out of reach. It's not love. It's not respect. It's control. But now look closer. Can you see it? The cracks in their facade? The hollowness behind their smiles? You're not the pawn in this game. You're the architect. The power has always been yours. So why are you still kneeling? Ask yourself, what do you gain when you beg? A hollow thank you? A fleeting moment of validation? Does it truly fill you? Or does it hollow you out even more? Now picture this: you rise. Not slowly, not meekly, but with unstoppable force. You meet their gaze not with anger, not with sadness, but with a calm, unshakable truth. And you say, you only mattered because I allowed it. Feel that? That electric pulse rushing through you? That's not fear. That's your power, raw and undeniable. And here's the twist: when you stop begging, when you stop feeding their illusions, their world collapses. Their castles crumble to dust. Their masks shatter. Because without you, they're nothing. And when they finally fall, they will fall. You'll face a choice: lift them up or leave them in the rubble. Either way, you'll understand what freedom truly feels like. Stand tall, tear up the script, reclaim the stage. Because the sun never pleads for the earth to turn. It simply shines. And you were born to shine. Let them orbit your brilliance or fade into oblivion. It's your world now. Claim it. And now, here's the moment they fear most. The moment where you stop. Stop apologizing. Stop explaining. Stop shrinking yourself into the corner of their comfort. Because here's the truth they've buried beneath their lies: the world bends to those bold enough to stand unshaken. Do you feel it? That growing fire in your chest? That's not rage, it's clarity. It's the realization that you've been the foundation, the engine, the force all along. They wanted you blind, deaf, and dumb to your own strength. But now, the blindfold is off. The noise is silenced. The numbness is gone. So let's go further. Imagine this: you step away not out of fear, but out of choice. You no longer chase their fleeting approval or settle for scraps from their table. Instead, you build your own stage, your own throne, your own empire. And the best part, you owe them nothing. Their whispers may grow louder. You'll fail, they'll say. You'll be nothing without us, but those words, they're not weapons. They're confessions. Confessions of their fear, their desperation, their crumbling grip. Because they know they've always known without you, they lose their light. And when they watch you soar, when they see you thrive without their chains, oh, they'll hate it. Not because of what you've gained, but because of what they've lost the power to control you. That's their greatest fear, isn't it? That you'll finally see through the smoke and mirrors. Finally grasp that you were the storm they tried to cage. Now take a breath. Feel the weight lifting. Feel the chains breaking. You are not bound by their expectations, their approval, or their judgment. You never were. You are bound only by your will, your purpose, your vision. So rise higher. Burn brighter. And when they stare at you in awe, wondering how you escaped, smile. Not with arrogance, but with quiet power. Because you know the truth now. You're not just part of their story. You are the author of your own dot. And authors? Authors never beg for permission to write. They create. They transform. They conquer. Now go and let the world witness the masterpiece you were always destined to become. But wait, there's more to this revolution within you. This isn't just about breaking free from their grasp, it's about redefining what freedom even means. Freedom isn't the absence of chains, it's the presence of choice. And now you're armed with something they can never take back, the knowledge of your worth. Picture this: every step you take now echoes with purpose. Every word you speak commands the room. The world around you starts to shift, not because it's changing you, but because you're reshaping it. They'll watch, they'll whisper. They'll wonder. How did they rise so high? How did they turn their scars into wings? And here's the secret they'll never understand: you didn't rise in spite of them. You rose because of you. Because the fuel you needed wasn't their approval, but the spark inside you, the one they underestimated, dismissed, and tried so desperately to extinguish. Now imagine looking back, not to regret, not to dwell, but to understand. You'll see the truth for what it was. Their power wasn't real. It was borrowed. Borrowed from your belief in their lies. And as that belief crumbles, so does their kingdom. But let's talk about you, this new version of you, standing tall, untouchable. You're not just surviving. You're thriving. You're walking with purpose, not to chase anyone, but to embrace the horizon ahead. Your value doesn't hinge on their validation, it radiates from within. And here's where the real magic begins. The moment you stop chasing them, something incredible happens. The roles reverse. Suddenly they're the ones running, clawing, desperate to catch up. They'll fight for your attention, beg for your approval, yearn for the piece of you they once took for granted. But you've outgrown their games, you've moved past their rules. You don't play in their small world anymore, you've built your own. And it's vast, limitless, bursting with possibilities they could never imagine. So go, blaze your trail, write your legacy, be the force they'll never forget, the storm they'll never tame, the light they'll never dim. And when they're left standing in the shadow of your brilliance, let them wonder, let them ache for the moment they could have held you down. But they never could, because you were born to rise.